I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday. You know how it goes? 2 in the morning, lying in my bed, just endlessly scrolling, and then one of those motivational posts appeared. Your life will change when you do, like, who knows what. And I thought to myself, when will my life truly change?
When I finally have more money? Or when I manage to lose some weight? Or find the perfect job? Or perhaps meet the right person?
Then a bizarre, somewhat frightening thought occurred to me. And what if this is already it? What if you're already living your very best life? We spend our whole lives waiting, always waiting.
In school, you're just waiting to finish to finally go to college. And then, that's when life truly begins.
In college day, you expect to graduate to start working. That's when I'll have money, independence, and freedom. In your first job, you expect a promotion. When I get promoted, that's when. You expect to save money, you expect to buy a car. You wait to buy a house, you wait to get married, you wait to have a child. For your children to grow up, you wait to retire. And then you retire, and you think, yes, that all there is just like kya, and you realize you've spent your whole life waiting to reach a place that doesn't exist.
Because there isn't a place, there isn't a magical moment where all problems are solved, there isn't a level that you unlock where life suddenly becomes easy. There is only this, today and then tomorrow, much like today, and the day after tomorrow, much like tomorrow. And what if this is as good as it gets? There's a common phrase that everyone says, when I achieve X, then I will finally do Y. When I have enough money, then I'll go traveling. When I lose all this weight, then I'll truly be happy. When I finally find someone, then my life will make complete sense. When I manage to leave this job, then I'll finally realize my full potential. But there's a significant problem. You never actually reach that when, because when you do lose some weight, you'll just want to lose even more.
When you gain more, you always need even more than that. When you find someone, you always find their imperfections.
When you switch to a new job, the next one is also boring.
I remember when I was 15 years old, I used to think, when I turn 18, that's when I'll finally have total freedom. Then, I turned 18. I thought, no, actually, it's when I finish high school. I finished high school. No, it's when I graduate from college. I graduated. No, it's when I find a really good job. I found a job. No, it's when I start making good money. And I realized, the goal always keeps moving.
It's like playing a video game where you never truly reach the end. There's just mini boss after mini boss after mini boss, and you keep thinking to yourself, once I get past this level, but there is no such level, there are only endless levels until you finally die. But wait, some people actually made it, didn't they? Rich people, famous people, successful people, they must be happy, right?
Well, you've seen interviews with celebrities, with incredibly wealthy people, with those who've achieved everything. Half of them talk about depression, anxiety, an existential void. I reached the top, and is this all there is? There are athletes who win Olympics and fall into depression afterwards because they trained their whole lives for that moment, and the moment passes and they think, what now? There are people who become billionaires and keep working 16 hours a day.
Why is that? Because they simply don't know what else to do with their lives, besides just accumulating more. There are famous people who often say, I was much happier when I was still unknown. And you watch them and you think, oh, but they're just complaining with a full stomach, aren't they? Maybe. Or maybe they've discovered what you still don't want to accept. It doesn't exist there. There's no place where you arrive and everything just gets resolved.
It's only here. And if it's not good here, it won't be good there either.
There's an equation no one teaches you. Happiness isn't equal to having what you want. Happiness is equal to the reality of expectation. If you expect 100 and receive 80, you're unhappy. If you expect 50 and receive 80, you're happy.
Even the 80 different kinds of happiness. So you have two main options. Either you increase your reality or you decrease your expectations. And we spend our entire lives trying to increase our reality, to earn more, to achieve more, to be more, to have more.
But reality has its limits. You're not going to be a billionaire, you're not going to be world famous, you're not going to have a model's body, you're not going to live in a mansion, sorry, but probably not. But expectation, you control expectation. And if you look at what you have now, without comparing yourself to anyone, without imagining what could be, just looking at what it is, perhaps you'll realize it's not so bad. Let's do an exercise, a little uncomfortable, but let's go. Imagine that you die tomorrow and you reincarnate, but you don't remember anything from your past life, and then you're given a choice.
You could be born in any part of the world, in any time period, into any family you wish. Where would you decide to be born?
In reality, you would probably choose something very similar to what you currently possess. A developed or developing nation, the 21st century, with internet access, modern medical care, a family that hasn't abandoned you, a home with a roof, and food in the refrigerator. You wouldn't opt to be born in the Middle Ages, or in a country embroiled in war, or into a violent household, or with a terminal disease. You would choose something quite similar to the life you are already living. So, why do you act as if your life were bad? Why do you act as if you're trapped, as if you're suffering, as if you're waiting to start living? You are already living, this right here is life, and maybe it won't get much better than this. I know this might sound a bit depressing, but that's not what it is. It's actually liberating. Because if this right here is already your best life, if there's no magical transformation coming your way, if there's no single moment where everything perfectly aligns, then you can finally stop waiting. You can stop postponing your happiness until you lose weight, stop putting off that trip until you have more money, stop delaying your hobbies until you have more time, stop postponing living until you feel completely ready.
Because you'll never feel truly ready, and you'll never have more time, and you'll never have enough money, and you'll never be perfect. So start right now with exactly what you have, just the way you are. It doesn't need to be grand, it doesn't need to be flawless, it just needs to be authentic. It just needs to be right now. Because if this moment is your best life, then perhaps it's time to begin living it instead of waiting for some improved version that might never actually arrive. So what if you're already living the best moment of your life? What if there's no magical transformation at 30, 40, and 50? What if there's no perfect moment where everything aligns? What if this is all there is?
Two paths. You could get angry, feel you were deceived, that you deserved much more, that life truly owes you something, and you could spend the rest of your life just waiting, postponing, believing that one day things will improve. Or you can look at what you have without filters, without comparison, without expectation of what it should be. Just look, you're alive, you have a place to sleep tonight, you have food, you have some people who truly care about you, you have some things that make you laugh, you have some moments that are truly worthwhile, and maybe, just maybe, that's enough.
Not because you give up, not because you stopped trying, but because you came to realize that life doesn't truly begin when you finally arrive. Life is happening right now, while you are waiting, while you are planning, while you still believe it hasn't even started yet.
What if you're already living your very best life? Then perhaps it's time to stop waiting for it to finally begin and start paying close attention, because this right here, this very moment, this day, this imperfect life, it could be everything you'll ever truly have.
And perhaps that is already more than sufficient.